This map plays very weird for Cypher compared to a lot of other maps because mid control and denying the mid lurk is so important to do with our Yuto. So what I normally end up doing is throwing a trip here, and then I will come over to B and place one of two cameras. Either this one, which sees under tube and B main. This one, which just does the same thing, just slightly different. Whenever the enemy team isn't orbing here, we have all of mid info and we have front B info for our team. And then for cages, normally, I will just place one on the end of this patch here. This cage is honestly insane. You can hold this line here. Based on how people are clearing angles, they won't know there's a gap until they're swinging just past it while holding yellow. And also, you have this rat corner you can play in, which again, people won't clear. They don't see you until they're walking out and clearing yellow. So they're not going to be looking at you. This cage is just insane.
Want a great free tool to help you improve at Valorant? Valorant Tracker's got you covered. Valorant Tracker allows you to check any stat you could want, so you can figure out what parts of your gameplay need fixing. Want to look back at your previous performances? Valorant Tracker's got you with the most detailed match history page around. Valorant Tracker also shows you all of your map win rates, which makes it super easy to figure out what to put more focus on. Best of all, during pre-game lobbies, Valorant Tracker will give you detailed stats of every single player in the lobby. And don't forget, it's completely free. So what are you waiting for? Start improving now and download Valorant Tracker with the link in the description.
And then on site, I will give myself a few different tripwires. There's one here. This one here, you need to make sure you have graphics quality, detail quality set to medium or higher. But you can place it off of this snow patch here, like so. When the barriers are up, if their jet is updrafting up here and running up fast, I will sometimes place this one. And if for some reason I'm not able to peek off of this side of the trip, I will place this one instead. And there's one other cage I occasionally throw, not too often, but it can come in handy for you guys. This one right here. There's one way for here. This is what I'm doing like 90% of the time on ICEBOX. Some alternative stuff that's useful to know. Sometimes, a lot of times on pistol rounds, I will just place my camera here. And then what I'll do is I'll start on the spawn barrier here and just bunny hop across mid while looking at radar to spot for the mid lurker and then tap camera. Now I've spotted all the info on B and mid, so it's pretty easy to fast rotate and get my teammates to fast rotate to whichever site the enemy team is playing towards, because no one really defaults on pistol round. There's this camera up here, which is a little bit tricky to throw. Honestly, I just prefer having the mid info or the early info, but this one's really ratty. You can run, jump it across, place it here, get info like this. The lineup is really simple. Basically, I'm taking, you'll see the HUD line in a second, and I'm placing it on the bottom of this area of the box. So the way Nats does this is by basically committing all of his util to mid. He'll throw his camera up here, and then as soon as the round starts, he runs, places a trip here, and then places a trip here. He's not anchoring anything, he just has mid completely blocked off from the enemy lurk, and then he goes and plays fast rotates. He'll run up A heaven, and then just flood out with his cages, or a run B. Okay, so I normally don't play towards A, because I think the mid and B info is very valuable as Cypher. But if I do play here because my teammate's getting rolled, I would normally start by throwing this camera, and it just spots the midline here, up tube, and then push to here. When it orbs up, they can cross to B, but you just need to let your teammates know that to be aware of it. You can also throw this camera while playing B, but I like having also B main info with my camera, just so I don't have to like try to get out of it and jiggle and risk getting timinged. Alternatively, camera I will throw is one, I will come up here and place it on this line here. and then I will start the run from top screens. And what I will do, because this camera spots when they're about to start running here in a straight line, and there's not really anywhere they can drop or unpeak, and I will just try to take a timing to peek on this guy. So as he's running out here, I'll throw the tag and then just swing him. And then for tripwires, I'm just gonna quickly throw out all the ones that I will recommend or use. And then lastly, this one, which this one seems super weird, but the amount of people that go across the rope to 410 and it catches is actually crazy. And then for cages, honestly, all I do is just place a cage here. I don't do anything else. There's some weird gimmicky stuff you can do. Also, if they're pathing in a way that you feel like you absolutely have to block off the upper angles, then you could place these to play around. But I don't like having to commit both of them to stall at the same time, when I could just place this one and then replace it if I have to, and also have it for the retake on B. That's basically all the stuff I do on defense. For offense, this is my go-to camera, because it can spot under tube and the mid lurk. Playing from this camera, you can play here, which is an ultra safe spot to swing off them and kill. And it might feel uncomfortable, but you really can walk up into this corner and play here. You might be scared because people might want to peek you from here or here, but your camera will still see them first. And it's not like people are running up fast to clear you. It's like they're shift walking up and then they'll clear it. So you have plenty of time to react and hold for them. And then tripwires for offense, honestly, it's pretty rough because you have to place all of them after the round starts. Normally, I will place this one for the B, and then I'll like play towards mid while my teams are pushing A. If we're hard rushing A, if you need to stop people from pushing through A, you can throw them like this, and it's rough because you can use both. If you're going A yourself, you need to place them like this, and just anywhere on the stairs area, like here. You might think that the ones here and here can work, but basically people can get on top of these barrels and jump over it, so you have to be aware of it. And that's all I got for you guys. If you haven't already, please download Valorant Tracker with the link in the description, and thank you to them for sponsoring the video. Bye guys.